today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Colts offense ready to get rolling again. 3-0 are they on the new season. And the one we'll be watching is this man at running back.
He had the game to end all games last week, did he not? I mean, every time we looked up, it seemed like he was in the end zone.
And let's face it, I didn't want to look up. I was enjoying what I was seeing on the field. Now, it's highly unlikely that he does it again, that type of a game, but maybe a couple of touchdowns? I think that's within reach.
Now it's Richardson. Dances by him. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On the ground, here's Richardson again. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
They run with Richardson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of 2 there, second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the
second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Richardson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. They'll run again with Richardson. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Now Richardson.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
When I see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset, this is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
First and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chipping his timing at the line of scrimmage, extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Woods. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here's Richardson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
Now Richardson back to throw it. The short throw pulled in by Woods.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
The Colts hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Richardson.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Now a give right side. Richardson. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richardson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
52 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there.
His 16th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Colts have taken the lead.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
What I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the line that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Just what you want on a first down. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Fuck you.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Texans who are out in front. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 2 touchdowns there for Saquon Barkley. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. A touchdown run there for Kyron Williams.
So here are the Colts to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Richardson to the air on first down.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's
fuck
hooked at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if your team has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoor them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
On first down, it's Richardson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
An any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richardson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 2nd down now. It's
Come
Richardson.
on.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll run on 1st down. Richardson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd down, it's Richardson. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. They start on the ground. It's Richardson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 3rd down, It's Richardson.
129 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Right back to him on first down.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richardson. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, it's Richardson. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down of 46. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first down, it's Richardson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
On second down now, it's Richardson. Gets past one man.
Now he's loose again.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 38 yards.
And the Colts are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run on first down. Filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they'll get
109 yards rushing for him now.
Well, that's a carry they have to be game. They've they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Richardson looking to throw.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space, with big guys leading the way.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Richardson to throw.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Colts are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance time? And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 28 yards.
And the Colts tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record.
Coming out now.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On 1st down. It's Richardson. And shutting him off. Now open field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Colts, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, I mean, do that. Oh, come on. Oops.
It's Madden NFL football. It's week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Colts offense ready to get back into gear, 4-0 through the first month of the season. And the one we'll be watching is this man at running back.
As he continues to pile on the yards, what a season he's had so far.
Yeah, he's up over 1,200 yards now, so the arrow is definitely pointing up for him. That means also that his offensive line, receivers, everyone is doing a great job up front blocking for him.
And on the other side, they're focusing on him as well more.
No doubt about it, but I think he's up for the challenge.
On first down, Richardson.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. There he goes, right side.
He's on his way.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.
And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. And you can bet they're going to lean on him quite a bit, obviously. They did last week. It was over 100 yards also. The AFC Player of the Week is announced Wednesday.
And until they take that away, I would continue to lean on him, try and have another award for him winning this game. But when you look back at last week, and you saw how he was able to find holes in the defense, but it's also the run after the catch. That's what made it impressive.
16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get advantage that way.
They'll run on first down. Richardson, powerful running. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Partner, is that what you call a quick hitter? That was actually a bolt of lightning, wasn't it? Right out of the gate.
And, of course, on the heels of him winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week 1 week ago. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground.
It's Richardson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
The Colts in a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
Last week, they certainly had things humming because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
He gets away from one. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard
Come on, second
line.
hit.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Up the middle they go. It's Richardson, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
So here are the Colts to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. Here's Richardson to start the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
In motion right is Pittman. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. They'll keep it on the ground. Richardson.
78 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now a give, right as saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On second down, it's Richardson, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Now it's Richardson.
And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
He's still a young signal caller in this league.
You're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. On the handoff, they start with Richardson.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down now, it's Richardson. A little juke. There he goes, right side. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here. And it's being done.
And that's caught inside the 30.
Oh, go. Hey. Let's go. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
His first touchdown on the year. And the
Colts
are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
How you doing, bro?
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go.
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for coming in and asking, man.
Reading the field and getting to a second
Where you
and
from?
sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The Colts going to take over now late in this first half.
Where you from, though? Oh, Georgia? Okay, okay. That's what's up. I'm right here in North Carolina.
Work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Charlotte. I'm from Charlotte.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And how about that for just running out the clock?
191 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
That's what's up.
Well, he's broken
How old are you?
runs here in this first half.
Yeah,
I'm about to be 38 next Sunday.
You think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Right back to him on first down. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Bills who have the lead in that one. Keon Coleman, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the AFC North as we head over to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Ravens looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Bryce Young with 2 touchdown passes there.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
Nah, I just got this, and mostly like I got Call of Duty. What else? Call of Duty. I got a whole bunch of stuff that's like. Matter of fact, hold on. Alright, Madden 25, Crew Motorfest, Need for Speed Rivals. I just downloaded that. Holy Sim, God of War Ragnarok, Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, Gas Station, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's it right now.
Problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Oh, fuck out of
here. The offense knew it. They were
you on the 4 or the 5? I mean, I don't care. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little competitive, but I ain't that good in Madden. I ain't gonna lie to you on that. So you know what I'm saying? You probably might smoke me. You probably 21 scuffed me. Ain't no lie. All right. Hold on.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richardson. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, it's Richardson. Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Richardson.
Oh, see you. Bye-bye.
There he goes again. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there.
61 yards. And the Colts have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude.
JSR Army, that's you.
This behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little
All right,
bit more.
let me finish this game up, and I'll see you in white.
It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
I just broke the record last game. I'm not sure if it was rushing or all-time catching in like in the single season.
And they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Oh, come on. That shit would have been so clean.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage.
I be fucking them up with this screen, though. This screen play good as fuck.
That's what you're looking for.
I be fucking them up with this.
Richardson now on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Ooh.
Oh, what a move. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A first down there.
I almost messed that one up.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Up the middle they go. It's Richardson. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take
Ooh, I know that hurt.
each and every time, won't you?
I know that hurt.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Back to throw.
Get your ass down. Oh, yeah. Good catch.
Caught by Granson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Push him forward, baby. Push him forward.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Richardson. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
This my favorite team right here. The one I'm playing for. The Colts. I love the Colts. Man, we had a dynasty until they done fucked it up.
A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
They fucked it up. Cause we've dominated the AFC South for like 8+ years at that.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Richardson.
Oh, come on. Damn, I had that. Damn, I had that. I was open on that one. Oh, I got a piss real quick. Hold on. Okay. Let's get back to it.
12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
I'm trying to speed this game up as quick as possible.
I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Got a man.
Oh, let's go.
He holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Nah. I paid money for this one.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do.
This ain't the trial version.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got
unless you talking about the
score on this drive, maybe even an
unless you talking about the update.
If they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
A 14-yard game.
Yeah, I got this. This is on sale for like
at carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing
20
away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
$20-some, I think. Not mistaken, or 17. Not mistaken. I can't remember.
Tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
Looking to throw. Richardson.
Oh.
Able to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Their passing attack, even though
I'm about to get it. I'm about to get this.
Sharp in this one, it's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because
no, damn it. Fuck. I did not want to do that.
As far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock.
Oh, we still get to go for it. Okay, good.
It was over a long time ago.
That's one of the strong targets.
On the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going to run. Here's Richardson. Hard running at the 15. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
First down, baby.
It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Oh, pulling it up. My uncle just pulled up, so give me a few minutes after this touchdown.
Right back to him on first down.
Oh, get up.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Actually, hey, no. Matter of fact, you ready? I can say this progress.
They'll try and run it in. It's Richardson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Let me see if I think I can save it.
And the Colts
and then continue where I left off.
5-0 start as they extend their lead. And he continues to add on to his amazing touchdown total on the ground. That is number 25 for him on the year as he moves ever closer to the all-time record.
Come through here.
Yeah, I said he caught me when I was walking to the store. And this shit real dried out. You know, grind it up, or you got some skins in there. You got some skins in there. You want to grind it up?
Yeah, I break that shit up in the wrong hand.
That's good enough.
I probably need another little bud I had. Damn, that shit fucking spilled the fuck out. Damn, that shit must have fucking spilled out in the car. This shit was some goddamn gas, too.
Yeah.
I got some more refill extra down.
Yeah, this right here, this smells bad for that shit. But I get the good shit from my homeboy that working my job with me. And shit, he a driver. So that that's what he got right here. Hey, no, give me a second.
I'm gonna have to get back at him on this game. It's actually been a little.
That's what my homeboy got that work with me. And this shit be fresh and sticky as shit. Yeah.
That's not that hard.
Yeah, and like this shit right here, yeah. Like what I just gave you. Yeah. I spent bread with him. I don't give a damn shit. That shit smells good. Sticky as fuck. That's what I like. That sticky shit. And that shit just don't smoke good.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. They've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But
and now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
You get a little choke off
play there. 75 yards. And the Colts start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
He's smoking like he's ready.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. One play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big time.
We got a plug that dude named Pop that we fuck with. Yeah, we just ain't in that lane anymore.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
We've
reached the stage where it's a
4-5. So that shit, that's what, about 75 an ounce.
Before the final gun.
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out, and you and I, let's get to the airport.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Oh, good move. And he works free. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Oh, able to avoid him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Richardson. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second down and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richardson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Up the middle they go. Richardson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. And this is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history. This was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Indianapolis, their strong September has carried over.
Make room on my plate. I just said my grace and then I ate. Got a particular taste. I just stuffed my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate. We talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet. I buried them deep and they still in the way. I know some got baptized. Guys, they can't put the drilling away. Had to part ways with the sad vibe. Bad guy, you might be a villain today. Ask God why I didn't get an answer. Why I lose my brother to... Why I lose my grandma to cancer? Why me? God, I need answers. Why young straight out of Atlanta? Why the judge and the cops trying to jam us? Why I keep getting all of these chances? Why me? God, I need answers. Speak your mind and you might get canceled. Pinky ring and it cost me a phantom. The witness, the evidence tampered. Dirty money, the safest the hamper. Yeah, my just star and I stamped her. P.E. Jordan 3, this a sampler. I don't wanna do it, but I gotta do it. Gotta. If it's me or you, he got 5, light of fluid. Gotta wait from the haters, say hallelujah. Be crazy, be the closest to you. It's okay, cause they know that I come to do it. Hold your VO for Virgil, exclusive Louis. I hit a U, it's hitting and glisten the movies. If you smoke at the door, then I'm tending to it. Watch when I step here, come my belt. Angel on my shoulder, but the devil on the left. I got a meal, not a meal for myself. I do it alone.